Hello, everyone. It's Charles again with an entry for the 29th of April, 2014. It was a Tuesday. Um, Basically, I couldn't really think of anything to talk about tonight. For some reason, just inspiration didn't strike. So I'm going to talk about another random movie that I watched last night. So I purchased it at, again, 7-Eleven. I like the 7-Eleven grab bin because they're cheap. I'm not gonna pay fucking a lot of money for shitty movies, and they've got some fucking random shit. Just like you go in there and you're just like, let me look at the bin. Or you just go in there and you're like, I bet you I haven't heard of fucking any of these movies. And you just fucking go into the bin and you're just like, let me look in here. And then you just fucking scroll through. And then there's fucking like nothing. Or nothing that you've heard of. But so of course I'm scrolling through, and then I see a Whopper. There's this movie called Baghead. That's Baghead. And so of course I'm like, dude, I gotta check this shit out. This is gonna be fucking terrible. This is gonna be absolutely terrible. And I'm here to say it didn't disappoint. It was fucking terrible. But then again, I just looked on fucking Wikipedia, and apparently critics and fucking other people are giving this piece of shit good reviews. And I can't believe it, dude. I'm just fucking floored. Alright, the premise of the movie, first off, it's shot like fucking a low budget indie movie. Um, like that's the intent of it. I mean, it's not like trying to be better than it is. It's just trying to be like, like fucking this is a low budget movie. And then fucking the basis of it is that it's about these four actors or four wannabe actors slash actresses. There are two men and two women. The two men are brothers. Um, there's one pudgy brother, and then there's like one fucking cool, kind of suave brother. And one of the women is supposed to be like this fucking former, like model or something like that, or fucking, she's very vain. She's, attractive, but she's fucking, very vain about her looks. And she's got a lot of, fucking, past history in terms of like relationship history with the suave brother. Um, and then the chubby brother, he likes the other girl, but she likes the suave brother. So there's some kind of like tension, and that was fucking pretty much the basis of the movie. I'm sitting there watching this shit, and fucking I'm watching them just like bored out of my fucking mind, just waiting for the dude. Like when I saw Baghead, I pictured like some shitty horror movie with fucking some dude on his like with like fucking some like homeless man killer with a fucking bag on his head or something. And so when they're fucking just like putzing around and shit, their main goal was that they were gonna go to a cabin and they were gonna fucking come up with this movie idea that they can star in themselves. And so fucking when they're, coming up with brainstorming and shit like that, I'm just like, please, where is the fucking dude with the bag? Just like fucking, just counting the minutes of sheer fucking boredom as they just fucking like putz around and fucking like, have fucking awkward, conversations and awkward fucking like desirable sexual encounters or fucking attempted sexual encounters because everybody fucking, is just like the people are trying to get with the wrong people. Like fucking, the chubby brother likes the other girl, not the vain one, but she doesn't. She likes fucking, the suave brother. So of course the chubby brother makes the suave brother promise not to go after the other girl. So when she goes after the suave brother, he's just like, fucking dude, I can't do it. I promised my brother. And of course she doesn't like the chubby brother. So fucking when he goes after her, she's just like, no, I can't do it. And then fucking the vain girl with fucking the past history with the Suave brother wants the Suave brother back, but he's just like, no thanks. So it's all just fucking putzing around. And it's all just fucking failed attempts at getting with somebody, and it's just fucking boring. It's one of those movies where I'm just fucking sitting there, and I want to watch it because I want to get to the end of it, and I want to be able to talk about it. But I'm looking at the scroll bar at the bottom. I'm seeing how many fucking minutes I got left in this shit, and it's just like, Jesus, dude. Like fucking, I'm seeing like fucking how far I can stray while still keeping an eye on the screen. Like fucking, my eye drifts to my phone, and next thing I know, I'm checking my email, and fucking, it's just like, Jesus, dude. I don't want to ruin the end because it's like kind of a plot twist. I mean, it didn't fucking, the movie, I wasn't invested in any of the characters. In fact, I fucking hated them all. So when the plot twist came, it was just like, oh, like fucking, if fucking a volcano erupted and they all burned to death, I don't think I'd care like more than fucking if they all fucking skipped along on the merry way or anything like that. Because I just fucking hated the movie and it was a fucking chore to get through. And like I said, I'm looking at the Wikipedia now and fucking, it says received mostly positive reviews and fucking a bunch of critics and fucking just gave it, thumbs up and fucking good reviews. And I'm just like, wow. And it goes to show you fucking that people like that kind of indie feel to it and that fucking, I'll admit it's fucking original. It's an original movie. But, it was just so boring, dude. Like if I wasn't at home watching that shit, and like if I didn't actually feel like I had to watch it, to talk about it, fucking, I would have bounced from the theater. I mean, I'm not one to leave movies, but that shit was pretty fucking boring. I mean, The Hunger Games I thought was pretty fucking boring. I talked about that in an earlier movie. My friends thought it was pretty boring. Thought it was pretty boring too. But dude, this one fucking, this one would have been. I think we would have legit like fucking left. It would have just been like, dude, just like we would have probably sat through like 20 minutes, and then it would have just been like, dude, can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Like, apologies to fucking the rest of the people, and they're just like, dude, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sure they would have been like, dude, I feel you, bro. Like, we understand. If we would have rolled out. Then again, if I fucking had spent, the usual movie ticket price of like $12 to see this shit, I would have come back to like the ticket usher, just be like, give me my money, give me my money. If I threatened him with like a fucking iron pipe or something to get my $11 or $12 back. But I mean, the point of this exercise is it's to see some shitty movies, and to fucking put myself through like this kind of scenario, just to see fucking how I react and to see what like fucking people can come up with, that aren't fucking big budget names. Obviously fucking, fucking. The dude, I can't remember the dude off the top of my head, the dude that makes Transformers and everything's fucking action packed and shit. Obviously, he's gonna make fucking, unless it's some kind of a box office bomb, obviously he's gonna make somewhat of a decent movie. I mean, it might be fucking kind of shitty in the way that plot and everything like that, but there's gonna be a lot of money put towards it. And so fucking, but with one of these like kind of like B movies, you can really see like fucking the mistakes that people make. Like, dude, if you watch a movie in a theater and then you go home and you watch a fucking like a Sci-Fi Channel original, you notice the fucking difference. You notice it. I mean, granted, there's some Sci-Fi fucking Channel originals that are pretty good, but then there's some that are fucking atrocious. I can't remember that one that I saw, fucking, but I think it started like Casper Van Diem, the dude from Starship Troopers. I don't know if I said his name right, but it was about fucking like a headless like horseman on a horse, and the effects were so shitty. It looked like a fucking like a black sheep in like a fucking Halloween prop on a horse. You could like fucking literally see like the strings and see fucking like the puppet, you know, motions of it, and it was fucking terrible. And fucking, I mean, the production value of this one wasn't, of Baghead wasn't fucking terrible. I think they intentionally wanted to make it like that indie-esque look and feel. You know, it reminded me of like the Blair Witch Project, which in that fucking like that look and that feel, you know, fucking kind of that amateurish camera thing. But I mean, it wasn't like, you know, one of those like fucking testimonial or like found footage movies or anything like that. But I mean, it just fucking, it looked like it was shot for low budget. And yeah, like I said, fucking the acting was awkward. You know, I mean, the two brothers, well, the suave brother was decent, but the chubby brother was okay. And then fucking the two women, you know, the vain one was but the other one was just, she was pretty fucking atrocious. Like everything she did or everything she said, you could fucking, it felt like somebody was just like, come on, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, okay. And fucking it felt like they were pulling it out of her. And there was no fluidness to it, and there was no like fucking, everything was fucking stunted, and there was like no fluidity, like I just said, and it was just fucking, it was terrible. Like fucking, you know, there were a couple scenes where she was supposed to be fucking drunk or like coming on to somebody, and it never felt like fucking, it never felt like, when she was coming on, you know, the suave brother, it never felt like, you know, sexual or like she was trying to seduce him. It looked like fucking, you know, like a fucking, you know, like a 12-year-old, or no, like a 13-year-old nerdy boy's like first attempts trying to fucking get like an, you know, trying to like score with his attractive best friend. You know, it was just fucking, you know, like brutal. And fucking, you know, and when she was supposed to be, you know, drunk, she was fucking, she played like the giggly one, and fucking, it was just terrible. You know, it was atrocious. you know, you know, like I said, the whole point of this exercise is to subject myself to shitty movies and fucking, you know, I'm hoping it makes me, you know, it opens up my eyes a little bit in terms of like fucking the whole, you know, like medium of movies and shit like that. But I mean, I've seen some shitty ones, like fucking. When I first started thinking about this, I used to, I used to like pick out some shitty movies, and then I'd force my, or I'd get my ex girlfriend to watch them with me, and she was just like, she was the type of person that, like, I think I've said this before, but she made me watch Dark Shadows, so she fucking, which I absolutely hated, and that was a fucking big budget movie with Johnny Depp. But so she wasn't one to pull punches on movies, so it was just fucking, it was just fun, you know, to subject you to it, and then if I can be like, what, how was that afterwards? Like, fucking, you like it? And she's just like, no. No, it was no, like, yeah, it was good, just to fucking spare my feelings or something. It was just like, no, no. But, you know, something that she talked to me about, something that she used to do when it was over. I think it was her fucking younger brother or something. She was like, here's what you do. You bring over a movie that you know is shitty, but you make it seem like you're fucking amped about it, and you've seen it, and it's like a great movie, and then you make them watch it. Just so fucking, and then you leave them with the feeling that fucking you love the movie, so they can't just fucking destroy it to your face. Or if they do, it's fucking awkward as hell for them. And it was just, I was just like, fucking, that is devious, but that is fucking hilarious. So, I don't know, but fucking, as of right now, I have no partner in crime who's willing to watch these movies with me. Plus the fact, you know, my schedule's erratic, so it's kind of hard to organize something with me. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy. I enjoy expanding my horizons, and I think this does it. You know, this gets me to think in new like ways. You know, I mean, when I first saw Baghead and it said like fucking the opinions expressed in this film, you know, are not those of like the producer, I was like, holy shit, dude, this is a fucking documentary. You know, I thought it was gonna be fucking, you know, interviews maybe about like the homeless people and maybe fucking some crazy dude wearing a bag or something like that. Or, I had no idea. But then it launched into this fucking other thing, and I was just like a fucking 20 minutes, no, fucking 10 minutes in, I was like, all right, dude, let's get to the dude with the bag. You know, where's he fucking, when's he coming out? You know, I started hoping for him. Coming out, coming out, coming out. You know, fucking, the movie will pick up when they're running from the dude with the bag, you know. And then fucking, you know, that was 10 minutes. And then fucking 20 minutes in, I'm starting to like fucking, like fucking, if this cat with the bag doesn't fucking roll out, you know, and sometime soon, I'm gonna fucking turn this shit off. Like, I'm just gonna fucking pretend it never happened. I'm not gonna mention it to anybody. No, nobody but the fucking clerk saw me buy it at 7-Eleven. Even when I fucking brought it up to ring it up, the clerk looked at it, and then you could see his eyes widen, like fucking, what? What the fuck is this dude doing with his mind? But fucking, he didn't say shit, and I bought it. God, I wish I didn't, but I fucking bought it. I watched it. Fucking, I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna fucking sick it on my friends now if anybody fucking doesn't watch this. I'm just gonna fucking trick them into watching it. But, yeah, I mean, I didn't like this movie, but fucking, I mean, what did it teach me though? I guess it fucking taught me, you know, that people get a little excited when something is kind of indie and it's a little fucking outside of the box and it's a little abstract and shit like that. I mean, this movie definitely, it is original, you know, and it's not, obviously it's not a traditional movie. I mean, it wouldn't be shown in theaters unless some kind of indie or underground festival. But I mean, yeah, I mean, people enjoy when somebody tries something new, but I think sometimes people get overexcited when somebody tries something new. Like, you know, this movie was fucking boring as hell, you know. It was fucking boring. You know, even when they were fucking, you know, running from the dude with the bag and they were fucking fearing for their lives. Fucking, I wasn't into it at all. You know, I was hoping they got killed so the credits would roll. But fucking, I wasn't invested in it at all. It was fucking boring as hell. And so I think that some people just fucking, you know, I think they were, you know, they gave it good reviews because it's different. You know, it's one thing to give something, it's one thing to be excited that something's different, but it's another thing to call it good just because it's different. You know, fucking, you can make a movie that's different and make it exciting, which is what I want. You know, I think I'd like a movie like that. But this movie was different, but it was fucking boring and it gets good reviews? I don't know, dude. Maybe fucking my, you know, I was thinking that maybe my fucking, you know, my tolerance for excitement has gone up a lot or something. But I mean, fucking most of this movie was just him talking and fucking doing it awkwardly. So it was just like, you know, it was just a shitty movie. I don't know, dude. But fucking, I don't know. If anybody wants to see it, fucking, I got the DVDs, so just fucking contact me and fucking, you know how it is. I mean, I'm gonna save you a lot, and I mean, I don't think I know any person who would legit fucking sit through this shit, you know, the whole movie. Maybe if they fucking, you know, tried to like Iron Will it, like fucking, you know, like I'm He-Man or Superman, I'm gonna fucking grin and bear this shit just to say that I fucking did it. Just so in my mind, you know, I feel like I fucking accomplished it, you know, like I beat it. But nobody's gonna watch the whole thing out of pleasure. That's not gonna fucking happen. I don't know anybody that's just gonna fucking come at me the next day and be like, yeah, I thought it was okay. I thought it was pretty good. And if anybody says that they liked it, fucking, you know, I don't know if I can talk to them again. It might be a fucking relationship ender right there. But fucking, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to maybe attempt to make a movie, but I mean, I don't think I have any acting chops though, and that's why fucking I stay away from a camera. It felt like they didn't have any acting chops. Well, maybe the one suave dude did, but the other ones didn't. But they fucking plotted in front of the camera. But I don't know, dude. Maybe it was supposed to be terrible. Maybe fucking it was some kind of like parody or satire or some shit like that. I mean, I just looked on the Wikipedia, said it was a comedy horror movie. And fucking, I didn't find it funny. I just found it bad. So I wasn't fucking. But then again, I remember that episode of fucking King of the Hill where Bobby's like fucking the slapstick comedy clown. And then fucking he goes to like, comedy school and this dude fucking gets like, or this fucking like uppity, hoity-toity fucking, teacher tries to teach him about like fucking the different forms of satire and irony and shit. And then fucking, it totally destroys his act. And he's just like, fucking, dude, this ain't funny. Maybe that's the way that movie is. I mean, maybe fucking if you get like really intellectual about the comedy, it might be amusing or something like that. But I mean, this fucking, just this like a 30-year-old dude sitting down, at a movie. It was just fucking a shitty movie. And that's fucking the basis of it. So, I mean, if you want to see it, talk to me. Fucking, if you're on the fence, or if you're looking for a movie and you ever see that ever see that piece of shit in like fucking some bargain bin, trust me, don't do it. Don't do it. Save yourself whatever money, even if it's fucking free. Even if it's free, save yourself the time. Don't do it. Anyways, thanks for listening. I don't know what I'm going to talk about fucking tomorrow. You want to talk to me? You know how to get in touch with me. Peace.